Test your might.
Welcome to the Curtis Zone, ladies and gentlemen. Little spoiler alert for today, there is no news. But I am your host, Dylan J. Curtis, and I thank you for hitting that like and subscribe button, because today we are talking about who's your favorite MK ninja, the Mortal Kombat ninjas that started off as palette swap ninjas but grew into more and more. So let's get started, ladies and gentlemen, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for more content here on the Curtis Zone. If you want to see more of me, my smiling face, and of course more of my bouncing pecs, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get started, and of course, remember, like and subscribe. Let's start with the first ninja to make his appearance. For those of you who are new to these Who's Your Favorite episodes work, I, your amazing host, give you a quick little origin on all the characters that we're going to talk about. In this sense, it would be the Mortal Kombat palette swap ninjas. I tell you who my favorite is, and then you, the viewer, leave in the comment section down below who your favorite is. Let's get started. The first ninja we're going to talk about is Bi-Han. Bi-Han was the original Sub-Zero. This was until he was defeated by Hanzo Hasashi in the Mortal Kombat tournament. Hanzo Hasashi literally ripped out his spine, and then Quan Chi kept it in a pike in Shang Tsung's throne room. However, this wasn't the end of Bi-Han. In fact, Bi-Han would come back again as Noob Saibot, the Shadow Ninja, the Black Ninja, if you will. This would lead to a series of events which will lead not only to his death, but also in Mortal Kombat 11, his resurrection as the first Sub-Zero and the Grand Master of the Lin Kuei. Speaking of Hanzo Hasashi, he's the next ninja we're going to talk about. Hanzo Hasashi was the leader of the clan rival to Bi-Han's, known as the Shirai Ryu. This was until he would be defeated at the hands of Bi-Han and the Lin Kuei. However, it was found out that the Lin Kuei were actually masqueraded by Quan Chi. Quan Chi masqueraded himself as the Lin Kuei so that he could eliminate Scorpion's entire family and clan, and use Scorpion to become his Spectre of Darkness and his champion of the Netherrealm in the Mortal Kombat tournament. This would lead to a series of events which would also break his hold from Quan Chi, and eventually he would take revenge by cutting off Quan Chi's head, which happened in Mortal Kombat X. This would lead to Mortal Kombat 11, when he would become friends with the new Sub-Zero, Kua Liang. Oh yeah, that's basically turning a frown upside down. The next ninja we're going to talk about is Tomaz, aka Smoke. Smoke was once one of the children that was kidnapped by the Lin Kuei. This was until he was also kidnapped by a cult that tried to sacrifice him to a demon. But this demon used Smoke as a vessel in order to return, and he would take a revenge on the cultists. And he would also give Smoke a second chance. Smoke is also known as the Ninja of Air, the Gray Ninja of Air. And this was until he would be taken, his life would be taken at the hands of the Cyber Lin Kuei. But in Mortal Kombat 1, he would also be resurrected again as a new version of Smoke. But instead of being kidnapped by the Lin Kuei, he would be adopted by the Lin Kuei, and he would also become the same person he always is, the Ninja of Air, or Smoke, if you will. The next ninja we're going to talk about is the Purple Ninja, going by the name of Rain. I did a whole thing about Rain in an episode which you can find somewhere up here. But here's the thing about Rain. Rain was the original concept for Rain was to make him another ninja of ice, but Ed Boon, the creator of Mortal Kombat, tried to change that, and he named him, and it was a slight little homage to Prince in the album/movie Purple Rain. Rain is the ninja of water, and he is the son of and the demigod of water. He's the son of Argus and Delia. This was until Argus would leave his mother and become a new god, and basically leave him for his two half brothers. But Rain would eventually take control of his powers and side with Melina and the rest of Outworld against Raiden and Earthrealm. But this would lead to the events of Mortal Kombat 11, when he would take revenge on his father and brothers for leaving his mother. But this was until Mortal Kombat 1, when his origins would be redone. He would be adopted into Sindel's court and Outworld. But another version of his origin goes that he would also But even though he was adopted into Sindel's court in Outworld, Sindel will be taken by Reiko and Li Mei, and he would assume the title of Emperor of Outworld after destroying Reiko and Li Mei. The next ninjas we're going to talk about are the red and yellow ninjas, aka Cyrax and Sector. Here's the thing about Cyrax and Sector. The two of them were also members of the Lin Kuei. This was until Cyrax would convince Sector to become part of the Cyber Initiative. And Sector, being the son of the Grand Master, had no choice, whereas Cyrax, he was basically convinced. The two of them would go through the Cyber Initiative and become new Cyber Lin Kuei, and this would lead to a series of events which would lead to the destruction of the Lin Kuei, of the last members of the Lin Kuei, starting with the two of them at the hands of Quan Chi and Shinnok. The next character we're going to talk about is the Green Ninja, aka Reptile. Here's the thing about Reptile. He was originally just a regular ninja, but this would change at around 1996 when he would get a real origin and become an actual reptile. He started off as a palette swap ninja, but he would become an actual reptile eventually. The reptilian race were one of the races that were almost massacred by Shinnok, the Mad God, after he saw the creation by the One Being. But the reptilians would find their place in a new home known as Sizot, or I'm not even going to try and pronounce the name. Here's the thing. The reptilians race they sided against Shao Kahn and Melina when it came to the destruction of Earthrealm, and they would instead side with Kotal Khan. This was until Mortal Kombat 11, when the reptilian race would be pretty much destroyed, leaving Reptile the only one. But in Mortal Kombat 1, that would be changed when Reptile would be the champion of the reptilian race, and is also a shapeshifter where he could shift between a reptile form and a human form. He's basically the Green Ninja of the reptilian race, and his powers are as followed: enhanced strength, speed, camouflage, ability, and he has the ability to shoot venom in his tongue. So yeah, that's all you need to know about him. The next MK Ninja we're going to talk about is the Crimson Ninja, aka Ermac. Here's the thing about Ermac. Ermac was originally not supposed to be created. It was supposed to be an acronym created by Ed Boon. However, Ermac became very popular in Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Now, the creation of Mortal Kombat in the fictional origin goes like this. He was created by Shao Kahn. He gathered as many damned souls as he could all together to create one sentient life form, and that sentient life form was Ermac. Ermac, who contains and can manipulate the souls and magic of all damned souls around Outworld. Ermac would become the perfect weapon for Shao Kahn to use against Earthrealm. In Mortal Kombat 1, it was different. He was created not by Shao Kahn, but instead by Quan Chi. Using all the souls from the living force, he would create Ermac. And like before, he can manipulate all the souls into creating amazing powers. These powers include flight, telekinesis, and telepathy. So yeah, there's that guy. Now the next character we're going to talk about is a character that is not a part of the Mortal Kombat universe, but I did an origin on him anyway. You can find it up here somewhere, and that character is Chrome. Here's the thing about Chrome. His pre-MK1 origin goes like this. Chrome was this is the twin brother of Cyrax, and like his twin brother, he was kidnapped by the Lin Kuei to be trained under the eye of the Grand Master. But Chrome, unlike his twin brother, he volunteered for the Cyber Initiative. But since he and his brother are identical twins, the Cyrax was mistaken for as Chrome. So Cyrax's first mission as a Cyber Lin Kuei was to kill Chrome. His post-MK1 origin goes like this. Chrome is still the brother of Cyrax, but he's Cyrax's younger brother, not twin brother. Now Cyrax and Chrome both trained under the eye of the Lin Kuei, but the difference is Chrome only did it so that just to prove that he could do it. And he left the Lin Kuei exactly 2 days before the events of MK1, not Chaos Reigns. He left the Lin Kuei so that he could open up his pastry shop with his wife, who is 6 months pregnant with their child. But Chrome's wife would be killed by by a crime cartel going by the Black Dragons, who were led by Aaron Black. And this would lead to Chrome wanting revenge against the Black Dragon crime cartel, which would lead to their destruction. And Chrome is the ninja of metal, the silver ninja of metal. He can manipulate and turn his body into different metallic weapons, which where becoming a pastry chef comes in handy. That's just something I came up with him. I don't know about the rest of you guys. You guys come with your own thing. Next, we're going to talk about another character that is not part of Mortal Kombat. In fact, he appeared in Mortal Kombat 1 as a secret character, and that character is known as Floyd. He was inspired by the band known as Pink Floyd. He's a pink ninja named Floyd. So yeah, think about that for a second. Pink ninja named Floyd. I get it. Pink Floyd. Anyway, I created an origin for him, and it goes like this. Floyd is a hippie. He and his parents are all hippies, and he trained under the eye of the Lin Kuei so that he can become an environmentalist and so that he can become an environmental lawyer. The events of MK1 happened 3 days before he left, which is 1 day before Chrome left. He left so he could pursue a career in law school and become an environmental lawyer. But his power to manipulate trees and plants and all that kind of stuff came in handy as well. However, he was also manipulated and deceived by a hate group known as the Black Dragons, more specifically a guy known as Kano, and he was manipulated into destroying an entire building that was filled with innocent people. And so Floyd is also looking for revenge against the Black Dragon crime cartel, but he's doing it the legal way, unlike Chrome. There's one more ninja we're going to talk about, and her name is Frost. Here's the thing about Frost. Frost was adopted and trained by Kua Liang, aka Sub-Zero. However, when Kua Liang Sub-Zero wanted to make peace with Hanzo Hasashi of the Shirai Ryu, Frost lost her mind and betrayed him. And so Frost would attempt to destroy Scorpion and Sub-Zero, and she did so by joining forces with Kronika. Kronika would then give Frost everything that she needs, turning her into a real cyborg, and thus led to a series of events which would destroy Frost and the rest of Kronika's Cyber Lin Kuei. So yeah, there's that. As far as my favorite ninja goes, I know I did an origin on Chrome and Floyd, which I hope that Ed Boon likes, but I gotta say my number one favorite ninja is Scorpion, okay? Everyone knows everyone's favorite ninja is Scorpion. Why? Because Scorpion is the ultimate ninja. His origin was awesome, his character development was awesome, everything about him is awesome, okay? He basically turned a frown upside down. Not only did he get revenge on the guy who took away his family and his clan, but he also restarted his clan and made it even more amazing. So yeah, there's that. I mean, who didn't like that? Alright. Thanks so much for joining me here on the Curtis Zone. I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode as much as I enjoyed making it. I couldn't wait to do this episode for you guys. I was going to save it for October, more specifically for when Mortal Kombat 2 comes out, but since the release date got changed, I'm not going to do it, okay? Remember, get down in the comment section down below and tell me who your favorite is. Who's your favorite Mortal Kombat ninja, alright? I can't wait to see all your answers, alright? I hope to see you everyone soon. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or if you just want to make a request for any episode period, put it in the comment section down below. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.